Alright, welcome back to Flight Sim 2024 and welcome back to the FlightFX Honda Jet. And in today's video I'm continuing my FSEconomy mission to move my aircraft around. This Honda Jet is eventually going to end up in Barrow, Alaska, but today we are on the ground at Biche. It's probably not how you say it, but it's in Alberta, Canada, and we're doing just under 3-hour flight to the west out to Stewart, which is also in Canada. So eventually we'll start moving north and heading up into Alaska, but we're staying in Canada for the next flight at least. So that's the plan for today. I'm going to be using Beyond ATC for traffic and air traffic control. Active Sky is doing the weather, and obviously we'll be tracking the flight on FSEconomy. The flight plan is all done and ready to go, so I think we can just jump aboard and start getting things set up. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. And we'll switch on the battery. Right, we can accept that. No external power today. It's 14 degrees here at the moment. I thought it would be a lot colder, but isn't. So let's go and grab our sim brief flight plan. November 339 Alpha Tango today. And on this side we can do our checklist. Right, batteries on, oxygen. So this one is push on, so it is now on. Okay, pressurization all normal. Electrical on and normal. Everything down here should be normal, normal, normal. Anti-ice can stay off, so that's fine. Okay, so that's pretty much all done. ELT is over here, that's on normal. Nose wheel steering set to normal. Landing gear down. Alternate gear release. And emergency brake, those are good. Okay, flaps are up. Thrust levers cut off. Speed brake is retracted. Let's just double check all of that. That's good. Ice protection, we don't need anti-ice at the moment, so normal and off. Fuel panel, right, let's go in and set up, now that our thing is done, is we just need to set up the FSEconomy flight. Okay, so I've started that and our fuel has been added, so that's good. And then fuel panel, everything's set to normal. Trim. Cool. Normal, normal, dark. We can check this guy. And that is done. Right, next one. Passengers, we don't have any passengers today. Rudder pedals, seats and seat belts. Doors we will close now. So let's go here. Main door, cargo, front cargo, shades, and auto throttle we can leave. Okay, parking brake is set. CAS messages are fine for the fact that the engines are off. Do we have more than 23? We're on 25. Then we can start up the engines. Lights are automatic on the Honda Jet. Okay, let's also go in here and we'll get the ground chart for here. Biche. I think that's how you say it. It's probably wrong. Right, let's start up engine 2. Okay, so runway 29 gives us a nice short taxi. Otherwise, If we get runway 11, we're backtracking all the way. Right, let's turn on the cabin power. That's done, and we are good. Right, we don't need anti-ice. Transponder code we'll get now when we call ATC in just a bit. QNH this morning, oh geez, I did not mean to do that. QNH this morning 1009. Okay, center on 132.7. Edmonton Center, good morning. November 339 Alpha Tango Honda Jet on the ground at Charlie Yankee Lima Bravo. Edmonton Center, good morning. Honda Jet, November 339 Alpha Tango on the ground at Charlie Yankee Lima Bravo, and ready for IFR clearance to Stewart. Set the flaps for takeoff, actually.
November 339 Alpha Tango, Edmonton Center, expect runway 29er.
Short
Climb
taxi,
8,000 feet on runway
8,000.
centerline, then expect radar vectors AORUS. Squawk 3056.
Okay, expect runway 29, climb initially 8,000 feet, radar vectors to AORUS, and squawk 3056. 9 Alpha Tango. Right, we can put in 8,000 over here.
November 339 Alpha Tango, read back correct. Start or taxi at pilot's discretion. Hold for release. Report holding short runway 29er.
Report holding short runway 29, 9 Alpha Tango. Right, that's all set. Okay, transponder is set. So, transponder done. Flight ID. It's not actually 100% correct. It's not the end of the world. I don't actually know where to change that. It must be in here somewhere. Wonder if it's in. I thought, no man, not here. Yeah, I don't actually know where to change that. It wouldn't be in here. Okay, actually while I'm here, see how they keep dimming like that. I want them to stay like that. Interesting. Okay, seatbelts and no smoking, even though we don't actually have any passengers. See, it hasn't adjusted these brightnesses. It's done these though. But anyway, not the end of the world. I can still see fine. But yeah, I don't actually know where to change this. Interesting. Okay, we need to do this. those on for takeoff, so that's good. Right, it's a nice and easy taxi. Flaps are set, so flight ID I can't change. That's done. Set. Altimeters, flaps, speed brake, cabin signs, parking brake. Brakes, nose wheel steering, and flight instruments we check when we taxi. Right, we need to turn this way, will be safer. Just pretend that this thing isn't here. Right, just be careful of that truck. Hopefully, I mean, it does have its lights on, which is worrying. There's our taxi lights now. That was that something driving through us, maybe? Right, we will hold short here. Yeah, we can engage the parking brake just so we don't move, although this aircraft shouldn't move at idle thrust. Okay, before takeoff, flaps are set, trims. Done. CAS, good. Navigation, flight guidance, takeoff and landing data. Takeoff briefing, nice and simple, runway heading, and we'll climb out on vertical speed. And then go into flight level change. We don't need ice protection. And then we are good to go. We just need takeoff clearance. Center, November 339 Alpha Tango, holding short runway 29. Okay, the only thing left to do is sync up the heading once we're on the runway.
November 339 Alpha Tango, release for departure. Clearance void if not off by 10:45 Zulu. If not off by 10:45 Zulu, contact no later than 10:55 Zulu. Time now 10:24 Zulu. Frequency change approved.
Time for takeoff, 339 Alpha Tango. Right, sync up the heading, and we are good to go. Okay, power set, SP's alive. There's 80, 90, and 100. Okay, gear coming up, flaps coming up. Oh, it's climbing like a rocket. I suppose we have no passengers on board. Okay, let's do a flight level change. Autopilot coming on. Yaw dampers on. Center, November 339 Alpha Tango, passing 5,000 feet, climbing 8,000.
November 339 Alpha Tango, Edmonton Center, radar contact. Climb to flight level 430.
Climb to flight level 430, November 339 Alpha Tango. Right, we cleared all the way up to our cruising altitude.
November 339 Alpha Tango, turn left, heading 230. Expect further clearance in about 25 miles.
Left heading 230, November 339 Alpha Tango. Cruising at 43,000 feet today. We cleared to a flight level, so we can go standard. 230 sets, 210 on the speed. Okay, after takeoff check. Landing gear, yaw damper, flaps, thrust levers, flight guidance, ice protection, cabin signs. Pressurization checked, and altimeters standard.
November 339 Alpha Tango, contact Edmonton Center 134.7. Bye-bye.
134.7. Good day, 339 Alpha Tango.
Negative. Edmonton Center on 134.7.
134.7. November 339 Alpha Tango. Isn't that the frequency? Oh no, we're 132.7. Center, good morning. November 339 Alpha Tango, passing flight level 125, climbing flight level 430. Oh, actually 12,500 wouldn't be a flight level here because the transition's 18,000 feet. I'm not used to flying in the US or in Canada.
November 339 Alpha Tango, Edmonton Center identified.
We are on our way. Climbing nicely, 3,300 feet a minute. No one else on frequency. Keep an eye out for icing. It's minus 13 outside now. There's a little bit of moisture in the air, but I think we're going to be above that very quickly anyway. Beautiful early morning. They did say further clearance in 25 miles, so we should get pretty close to that GPS route to AORUS, And then they should give us a direct at that point. Yeah, there we go. That deviation's just gone away, so I think that means we're about... Is it under 1 mile? I don't actually know in the Honda Jet. It might be 2.
November 339 Alpha Tango, cleared direct to Rook. Resume own navigation.
Direct to Rook, November 339 Alpha Tango. And there we go. Flight level 240. Zero now. Okay, so no charts it seems for Stewart. Not even just like the airport itself. So that's going to be interesting. Coming up to flight level 290. Climb is down to 1600 feet a minute, so we come to flight level 300. Minus 46 outside now. Flight level 310. Okay, but we are powering our way along. The sun is starting to rise. It looks like a beautiful morning. A little bit of cloud, but quite far below us. Let's see quickly what the weather's like in Stewart. So basically the same as here, but only 5 degrees there, sure. QNH 1016. I guess technically we should be using 2999, not 1016, because we're in Canada. But yeah, scattered clouds 13,500 feet, so nothing crazy. Little bit of wind, only 3 knots, and temperature of 5 degrees, so seems pretty chilled out in Stewart as well. So think I'm going to leave it there for a bit. We'll cruise along for the next kind of 2.5 hours, and I will join you again just now when we prep for our descent into Stewart. Center November 339 Alpha Tango, ready for descent.
November 339 Alpha Tango, Stewart landing runway 18.
Landing runway 18, 9 Alpha Tango.
November 339 Alpha Tango, descend to flight level 260.
Descent to flight level 260, 9 Alpha Tango. Okay, so as you can see, we've just started our descent. We've been given runway 18 at Stewart, which means we're straight in basically, so that's good. And we have been cleared to descend to 260. Right, no arrivals or anything, so it's just going to be vectors for runway 18. And it does look a little bit more cloudy than I was expecting. But hopefully once we're underneath all of that, there's no issues with visibility. We're expecting to be on the ground in about 20 minutes. Other than that, we don't really have much information about Stewart. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. I do know it's right next to a river. This, I also am not sure how to set this manually. I couldn't actually find it anywhere. So it's purple, which means auto, but it hasn't actually populated yet. We haven't got to transition altitude just yet. And also haven't heard a single other aircraft the entire flight. So it seems like a very quiet morning. So they haven't given us any vectors yet, so we're still going to Duxar. And then we will turn and almost perfectly line up with the runway, to be honest. because we have no arrival, I've just done the descent calculations manually, so we should be descending at the moment at about 2,400 feet a minute. We're doing 2.5, so we'll be good. And I will keep checking on that. Okay, we just got an updated METAR for Stewart, and it says that it's raining now. So that is a bit of an issue. We also don't have very much fuel left. It says heavy rain. Now we're gonna have to do this visually. So that is quite concerning. There is another airport in here which has an RNAV arrival and a little bit longer runway. So that's currently really our only other option. Flight level 280, and we're into the clouds now. Why is this off? Weird. Okay, that is worrying. We're going to be consuming a lot more fuel because we haven't been cleared to descend any further. Temperature at Stewart is now 4 degrees, so we should still be okay with icing. Although in the descent we might run into some issues. So it is white down there, so there has been some snow, it would seem. need to descend though. Burning so much fuel. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ditch beyond ATC because we're now basically in an emergency situation. We need to descend quickly. That's better. If we continue here, we should be able to just make it in with the fuel that we have. Okay, field elevation is 54 feet. QNH for Stewart today, 1016, actually would be 2999. Right, let's get the ice protection on. This terrain is also going to make things interesting here. So we need to get into this valley here as soon as possible. Even on this course, might actually be able to make it over that high terrain and into the valley. Okay, let's go and set this now, 1016. I don't really want to go into these clouds over this terrain. So my plan is to go through this gap and get into this valley here, and we can go all the way down the valley, because also to this side it's a little bit more open, it's not in the clouds. There's the heavy rain scattered around. Okay, fuel's getting low now, pumps are on automatically. Looks like we chose the wrong side. It's all raining on that side. Actually, no, I mean, we chose the right side because around that side of the mountain, because you see there's two sections here. If we, my other option was to go along here through this valley, but that's all full of rain and we wouldn't have made it in terms of fuel either. There's rain at the end of this one as well now too. other than the fuel, we're looking alright. Pretty cool place to fly though.
Autopilot.
Auto throttle also coming off. I think I can just see the runway. So we just need flaps and gear. Wanted to do speed bugs. Yeah, approach at 107 knots. Right, there's the runway there. It is kind of narrow, and it's not the longest runway in the world either. Okay, flaps on. That's going to create a lot of drag. Coming down, even more drag. We're pretty close. We've got 190 pounds of fuel on board.
1,000.
Okay, flaps for landing. Going to have one shot at this. The runway is quite narrow and pretty short. Within the limits of this aircraft, but still
500.
We can't mess around here.
400. 300. 200.
170 pounds of fuel.
100.
'That's exactly what I didn't want to do, but we got the classic stutter right on short final again. There it is again. Okay, plenty of runway left. Flaps coming up. know if we're going to be able to park here. It seems a bit small. We'll have to go back to the other apron. Beautiful place. I don't know, I've tried, some people have suggested a few things to try and stop that stutter just as you get to the runway. I've tried all of them. Nothing has actually made any difference. It still keeps doing that every time. Right, but welcome to Stewart. Beautiful little handcrafted airport, or enhanced airport, or whatever they call it. Very cool approach. A little bit, oh wow, that's nice. A little bit stressful when you have no fuel left, but otherwise very, very cool, and it'll be fun departing out of here as well. Alright, let's set the brakes. Down here and shut down the engines. Alright, anti-ice can come off. That's all good, that's all set. It's fine, we didn't turn anything else except this, so that comes off. Let's go here. Just open up the doors. And then we can switch off the battery. Okay, there we are. Welcome to Stewart. What a cool place to have an airport. We didn't actually see any rain over the airport, which is very, very lucky. But there was some heavy rain out where we came in. Birds are chirping. It's actually not too bad. Nice chilly 4 degrees. I suppose not anywhere near the coldest it gets here. But still. Anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of this video. As always, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And if you did enjoy it, you know what to do down below. And hopefully I see you in the next one.